Would you consider yourself as a Filipino if you don't know the culture and language? It's a deep one. Welcome to FiliFest Friday. Today we are spilling the tea over a Zoom call and doing our Q&A. So we got people to send in questions and Rica and I will be answering. This one says, how can I sign up to be a performer? We have a performer application form. You can DM us and we will send it to you. This one, would you rather own a house first or own a car first? Ooh.
Okay, in London, I think it's better to own a house first.
Yeah, I think
it's London.
When we have ACE public transport, we don't need a car.
Yeah.
So
I also don't have a license, so
neither do I. I can't drive yet.
I mean, there's such thing as like Uber and stuff, so
true. Yeah. This says, if you have Filipino blood, but you grew up in a different country, would you consider yourself as a Filipino if you don't know the culture and language? It's a deep one.
It's a deep one.
Deep one.
I think it depends on how you define, like, what is being Filipino. For some people, it's not necessarily like blood is thicker than water. Engaging with the culture is one thing, but not everyone is fortunate to be able to do that. It's harder for some people. Maybe their parents are not as they don't really put the culture out there that much, or they just don't have as much exposure. They don't have many Filipino friends, and that makes it easier. It's like learning a language. It's a lot easier to learn language when you're surrounded by people who speak the language. I was born in the Philippines. I did grow up there, but then I would say, because I spent most of my time here, I would say that I grew up here. I would still class myself as Filipino because of how I do speak the language. I don't think you need to know how to speak the language. It's if you actually really identify yourself as Filipino. If you are, I think, being proud as well of your culture. Yeah. A lot of us grew up in different countries. Yeah. Most of the people here, you have like you have Filipino blood. You grew up here.
And for me, if you have Filipino blood, of course I'm half Filipino, and if I'm sure a lot of other like half Filipinos or half Asians can often feel the same way, but it's like, am I this or am I that? And I've seen people really disengage with their culture, because if you're surrounded by British people, for me at least, I don't really feel like growing up I wanted to be like, I'm the Filipino one or I'm the American one.
Like, I know how some people, they feel conflicted. They're like, am I this, am I that? Like, why can't, like, you don't fully, for example, what you said, you don't fully feel like when you go to the Philippines, you're the American one. When you're here, when you're surrounded by other Americans, you're the Filipino one. So a lot of people I know feel that way. Like, they feel kind of out of place no matter where they go. But I say, like, why can't you be all of them? Why can't you?
So that's what I really loved about like the ethos of FiliFest, because we're trying to just bring the culture back up into like pop culture, make it relevant and make people our age really proud to identify as Filipino. And I definitely, as I got older, have started to identify more with my Filipino side. I know so many people who aren't blood Filipino, but they have such a heart and love for the Philippines that, well, they're Filipino,
Yeah.
So it's a deep question. People can comment what they think, because it's an interesting topic. Okay. Thanks guys for sticking with us for this tea spilling Q&A. If you want to hear the rest of the questions, make sure to tune in next Friday. We will have the rest of it up. And stay safe, stay home. Stay safe.
Bye.
Bye.